Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back. Man, last week was brutal. A top 5, top 10 coin go to the point that it had to turn off the blockchain. Like in my last video, I talked about if you haven't sold, you haven't lost. I have to be the first one to admit that was wrong because at that point, I made that video the day before this happened. So the day it came out was the day it was happening currently. So I wasn't aware that I just knew we were tanking hard. I wasn't aware that it was Luna's deal yet. So I said that point where if you haven't sold, you haven't lost. And that is true most times. It wasn't true this time. So for that, I apologize. I shouldn't have said it that way. But here's the deal. It is going to continue to happen. The bears are going to continue to eat. They're going to continue to eat up all the bad news that they're making a boatload of money driving the price down. So that's something that we have to understand. The bears are always going to eat. And it wasn't the bears only that did it. But what they do is they take advantage of things that are wrong, like badly run projects, protocols that the code isn't right. So people exploit it. And once you exploit a contract or a token or the tokenomics or anything, that can drive the price down. Sometimes just bad players and the owners of tokens and new cryptos will just rug the coin and take the money. And sometimes it's a black swan event, they call it. And the black swan events are like pandemics, wars, things that happen in the real world that you don't know, that you had no control. You can't predict those by reading TA and reading the charts and fundamentals and all that sort of thing. In a market as volatile as crypto, as high risk as crypto, this is going to be one of the first parts to take the big hit whenever something like that happens. Now, you don't have to be mad at the bears. They're trying to make money like you're trying to make money. But what all of them do is they drive the price down. They don't want to drive it out. They want to drive it down low enough that it buys up so they can try to drive it down again. So essentially, the bears are eating watermelon. They'll eat the whole watermelon, but they leave the rind. They don't eat the rind. So what do you do with the rind? I can show you how to make money with that rind, so you don't have to be worried about when the market goes down. I'm going to show you how to do it in this video, and I'm going to show you an example of what happens whenever you do it. So first things first, if you guys like the video when you get to the end, or even now, if you could press like, that would be awesome. Come hear more of my blatherings and my heartfelt rants or raves about the crypto industry and what's going on, then press the subscribe and I'd appreciate that. All right, thanks. So now, one thing to keep in mind, one thing that I want to get across is buy in the red and don't buy in the green. If you caught Luna at, say, $20 and it went to $125, you 5x'd your money plus a little bit. If you are one of those people who had a whole bunch of money when Luna was 125 and you lost it all when the crash happened, you understand you have to take some blame for that. You can blame Luna, 𝐦𝐭, LFG, their DAO. You can blame everybody you want, but you have to know inside that you did something wrong. You did not take profit. If you have $20 Luna, even if you have $50 Luna, and it gets to $80, take your initial back out. Take some profit. Nobody goes broke from taking profit. You took a little bit and you left what they call the moon bag. That's the little bit left after you've taken your money out and you have a little profit. Then you leave the rest in there to see where it goes. And if you lose it and it goes all the way to zero, cool. You know why? Because you already took your money out. You haven't lost anything on this swing trade, on this trade. If you didn't do that and you lost everything, I don't feel bad for you. And I'm not saying that cold-hearted. You have to learn. That's the expensive way to learn. And I am sorry that it happened, because it wasn't your fault that it went to zero, but it's your fault that you let yourself lose all that profit. If you can't learn and understand where you were wrong, even when something else is the catalyst for what went wrong, then it's going to be hard running here. If you bought it too high, for instance, if you bought it at 100 and it went to 125, you were only good for a couple days, and then it came back under 100, and you're going to have well, right now it won't get back to 100. So you are never going to get your money back. So that's when you buy green, that's what you risk. You risk buying something that's already pumped and having to wait years, if ever, for it to get back to that price. So I want you to understand that one principle: buy when things are red, when things are going down, and you may still lose. That's not a safe all. You could buy it at $1 and it still go down to a dime, a penny, or out. So there's risk in every part of it. The least risky way is, it sounds difficult. Trading and getting into crypto sounds difficult because of all of the factors. The easiest way to get in is not hard at all. Just buy Bitcoin every time you get something. $500, $5, $50 million. If you haven't got in and you're just watching content creators talk about Luna, it's scaring you. You don't have to be scared about it. You need to be happy about it. Because when you look at people's reaction to a big crash like that, a substantially impactful event in crypto that drives price down. See, when it drives price up, everybody's cheering. Everybody's a king, everybody's a genius, all that. When it drives the price down, you get to see what people are made of. If you're a person that you watch is complaining, they didn't play it right. So I would watch the advice that you get from those people. If they're happy that it's going down, they're not bears. You still want them to be bulls, people who think highly of crypto and who want to drive the price up. But you're happy when the price goes down. I'm happy with this crash right now. I was hurting when it happened, just because you go through the normal feelings and emotions like, man, everything's going down. When is it ever going to come back? Sure, have that. But then regulate yourself and say, holy shit, look what I get to do right now. Now, I can get Ethereum under $2,000 again. Bitcoin's under 30,000. When we passed 40,000 the first time, I can remember people saying, well, this is the last time you'll ever see 40,000 for sure. Because we were on our way to 150,000 and then up. Everything's lower than it was. You have a chance to get in now and buy yourself back as if you bought it in 2021. So I want to show you a couple examples. Buying as close to the bottom as you can. Just buy when it's in the red, when things are going down. And I don't mean after a pump, when it gets to the top and it starts to go down, and hurry up and buy it there because it's technically red. No. Buy it like if you're looking at a 1-year time frame on coin market cap, say, for a token. Look at the 1-year time frame. The starting date of that frame is where you start the green. If it's above that, it's green. If it's below the price of 1 year ago, then it's red. Always, when it gets to the red, is a good time to buy. That's accumulation. That's when you want to pick it up. And if it gets back to the green, then everybody else sees the green, and they're all going to FOMO in, and they're going to drive the price up. You got it in the red, you're going to grow that much more. This is where the kings are made. Just like I said in the last video, this is where it's made. You don't have to be scared right now. You should be very, very happy. So you have to keep that in mind, that in times like this, and all the time in the market, bears are always going to be there. They're always going to be foraging. They're always going to be looking for food. And they're going to win what looks like a lot of battles. The bears don't win the war. They can win the battles. They can't win the whole war. So keep your head up. Remember to buy when it's red and you sell when it's green, or at least don't buy when it's green. That's the main thing you got to feed. Now, what I want to do is I want to show you what that looks like. I'm going to show you a couple examples of a large cap and a small cap so you can get the idea. You can see the similarities regardless of the size of the token and the market cap involved. You can see the difference in them, but yet the patterns still look the same. Saving protocol. This is just one of the small alts that I want to show you what it's like when the bears eat you up and you're at the bottom. Here's what I mean by buy when it's red. Don't buy when it's green. Sell when it's green when you can, once you're over your purchase price, but buy when it's red. When you look at Haven, we're just looking at the whole thing. This is 2017 back here at the very beginning. It came in at 650 here. It immediately, people sold and it went to the bottom at 41 cents. It had another pump up to $3. That's almost 8x. From here to here in a couple months was up to 8x. Now, could you buy here if you knew it was going to 8x? Absolutely. And it looks small here. It looks small in this chart because we have this stuff here. But let's zoom it in. Let's zoom it, and now you see when we get down to just that time frame, big steep sell-off here in the beginning. And then it bottomed all the way down here to about 38 cents, and boom, shot up to 320. So you're talking right here, if you still have faith after all of this, if you still hung out and you thought Haven was the move in the middle of 2018, and you waited till this point here in September, end of September, then you're rewarded with an 8x. Now, people sold off. Can you live from February of 2019 to June of 2020? Can you have lasted that long and stayed with this project? Because you had all this time to buy in anything you wanted at the bottom. If you, let's just say here, you bought in at 45 cents. Immediately, you were rewarded with up to, what's that one? 260, so 49, so like another 6x you got just from waiting here. Imagine you took this 4x, right, and you sold here, which is the right move. Now you're dealing with 4 times your money. You come over here, maybe you buy in again the same amount you bought before 1x. You buy that again. Maybe you buy all 4x that you saved because you believe that much in it. You get over here and buy 4 times as much money. If you put 100 here and you made 400, then you use that 400 to buy in again here at 45 cents, and you get up to 260. So you get another 4x on top of that. Now these look little compared to all this when you move out to what this coin's done. Say you dilly-dally and you stay in. You made it through all of this. All here, all up to here. And you're up to 279. You're up about 4x, possibly 8x if you played both of these pumps right and held your money the whole way. And now you're, say, up to 1,600 bucks here at 250. And immediately, the boy rockets to almost 25. It rockets to $25. So it went from 250 to $25. That's another 10x. You made 400. You put 100 in. You made 400. You kept that 400 and hit another 4. That's 16. And then you hit a 10 after that. So that's 160x you made playing with this coin. And then you sell anywhere in here. You sell 15x. You sell it, 10x, you sell it 8x. You sell somewhere here. And then you ride it back down. It's going to come again. It came again, and it's back down now. Why? After seeing this over 3 years, all these shots you missed, guess what? We're back in the red now. Why wouldn't you buy this now? That's one point. Now that's Haven Protocol. This is one of my favorite small caps. I like everything about it. Now you go to Ethereum. This is a bigger one that everybody knows. And you look at these little pumps here, and they look little compared to what's going on now. But let's go back a little bit and look. They look a lot different when you zoom in because you're dealing with smaller money. You start in, say, 2015, price is 60 cents, $1, $5, $8, $10. It's $13 here at the start of 2017. 17, we'll call it 17. If you held that through all of this, you held it, just buying up, buying up, buying up. Later on that year, you're rewarded with from $13, let's get to it, even if it's from $12 to $1,400. That's a 100x. That's a 100x you made on your money. If you bought $100 of Ethereum here, you have $10,000 after this run. Now, you're going to sell it somewhere in here. You're not going to pick the very top, and you're going to ride it back down. You're going to take your profit, and everybody else is too, and it's going to drive it back down, and you're going to go into the bear market. But you see there's still a lot of volatility going, and a lot of things are happening. Now, as you move out, when you start to get the scale of what's going next, this is starting to get smaller. But you hold it. You make it all the way to March 2020, and you haven't sold your Ethereum. Or even if you haven't gotten the game yet, you missed all this. You missed all this money here. You have a chance to get in right here at $100, $114. To be later that year, $114 takes you up to $4,400. I don't know if I can even reach that tip, but $4,400. We'll call it 4,200. $100 to $4,400. That's another 44x by getting in the game when it looks its ugliest after that sharp dip. Here, it took the sharp dip and it went down here. You could have gotten the game at 85 bucks. It had another sharp dip here. You could have gotten the game at 110 bucks. A nice little ride, and then another dip here, and it's 381. You have to look at when to buy, and this wasn't even the highest. That's why I kept saying 44. This one was only like 41.98. Yeah, and then it took another payoff. People taking profits as they should, drives the price back up, and that time it hit the 4,500. So this is what I'm saying. The bears are going to come in and they're going to eat and they're going to gobble it down. They're trying to hold it down, but you have to buy at the lowest point to get the biggest boom, to get the biggest bang for your buck. Now we looked at Haven, which is a small cap. It's only $30 million fully diluted. It's a very small cap token right now. Might not stay that way. And we're looking at Ethereum, who most people know is 239 billion. This is a second biggest cryptocurrency. That's what buying low is. That's why I say kings are going to be crowned. And that's why you can't be scared of the crashes. You have to applaud them. That's your chance to get in and make up lost time and a hell of a lot of lost money. Right on. So take that. So take that from here. If you take nothing else, buy in the red and sell in the green. Keep some dry powder on deck. If you sell for some profit, keep some of that money in a stable coin, in Bitcoin, and something you can trade easily off of so that you're ready to take advantage of stuff like this. This is your shot. I love if you check out this video. I just talked about this, the crash, precursor, pre-Luna. And if you can check that out, it explains a lot more about what's going on and how to deal with it. And keep your head up. I hope things work out well. Enjoy your weekend. And I hope you make some money out there. I'll see you.